What up, Scoops? Alex here.
Dre here.
And before we get started, I just want to say we are so close to 2,000 subs. You guys have been so awesome. Thank you for everyone that's in the Scooby gang. We are trying to get to 2,000 by our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, we're really close, guys. Every week we keep going up, and that's all because of you. But help us get to that $2,000 mark by the end of the month. We got 30 days, y'all. We know we can do it with your help. And today we will be doing our movie review for Ant-Man and the Wasp. You know what? Why don't you kick us off? I like it when you kick us off. What did you think about this film?
All right, so for pure enjoyment factors, I loved it. I was laughing a lot during the theater, actually slapping my knee, and it takes me a lot to get to laugh out loud. I thought this was funnier than the first one, and it was just more quick. It was faster paced. There was more action. I liked how all the in the first one we were setting up Ant-Man's character. Now everyone knows their place, and so I really liked that. There were a couple things I disliked about it. I would say, like I said, for enjoyment factors, loved it. For technical reasons, it kind of annoyed the shit out of me.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm gonna take it in the comments on this one, but Scoobs, you come to us for honesty. For me, it was a new term I've started to use on this show. It was a taser face. As in the scene in Guardians of the Galaxy where he's trying to explain this thing to the Ravagers, and they're like, okay. It was a taser phase. I got out the movie, and I was like, okay. It wasn't bad.
It was not bad.
It wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
It was not bad, but I will say, it took me a while to think about it and sum up why I didn't love it. And one thing I love about Marvel is how they've been doing with their films lately. It's like the superhero genre is just the framework, but within that framework, it's a spy thriller like Winter Soldier, or it's a heist film as in the first Ant-Man. This one, I got out and we're talking about it, and I'm like, ooh, this one was a superhero movie meets a romantic comedy, and that's where they lost me. You take away the powers, it's a story about a dad who's on house arrest. He wants to make a great relationship with his daughter, his wife, and her new husband, and he's starting a new business with his plucky friends, and at the end, the girlfriend that he broke up with 2 years before comes back into his life, and he wants to give one more shot at it. It could have starred Katherine Heigl.
It's funny that you say that, because of course you would point out the romantic comedy, because I don't see a ton of rom-coms, so I didn't identify that in the film, but now that you say that, that was something, because every time that Pym would look at his daughter and be like, are you guys gonna keep looking at each other? I'm like, how many times are you gonna make that joke?
Yes.
I thought it was really annoying, and I'm
it's just not... That's the kind of joke the best friend would make in a rom-com.
Yeah, and I just thought it was not that important to say, which it just seemed very forced. So it's funny that you mentioned that, because now I realize oh, that's probably one of the things that bothered me about it was the rom-com.
It's so true. If Logan was a Western mixed with superpowers, this was a rom-com mixed with superpowers. It's all about the movie ends with them at a drive-in movie theater.
I know.
Oh yeah, spoilers by the way. Spoilers.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely get into spoilers. One of the other things that I really didn't like about it is I just thought there was too many things that they were battling. It was so forced. There was the government, there was Ghost, and then there was the annoying tech black market salesman, Walter Goggins, who is a great villain. I love him in his other films.
Justified, The Hateful Eight, Walter Goggins. Yeah, I'm with you. Walter Goggins is one of the best character actors we have working right now, but I feel outside of Justified, they waste him in a lot of movies he did.
I feel like he was just kind of annoying in this one. Every time that they were almost making progress, I'm I guess the tech guy is gonna show up.
And I wish they had tied that story together. It felt like I had the same problem with Walter Goggins characters, the arms dealer, criminal empire dude.
Yeah, I keep calling him the tech guy, he's just some Silicon Valley tech.
No,
he's
some dirtbag.
Black market selling technology. He's not he's not your nice tech friend.
No, not at all. But Walter Goggins usually plays the sleaze bag. But he's good at it. But I had the same problem with his character and group in this movie that I had with the Sovereign in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which is Ego should have been the main bad guy in that movie.
For sure.
But they kept throwing in the Sovereign. Even the last scene where they show up on the Ego planet and they're shooting the Guardians of the Galaxy, I was almost annoyed. I'm get out of here, gold people.
Ego
I don't care
is the
about
super
you.
Villain here.
Yes. I know they set that up to introduce Adam Warlock, but I'm too much stuff into this movie, like you said.
That's what goes into this. They keep doing, everything's a setup. You feel this whole movie is it's just to drive the plot.
Yeah.
And things that are happening. first off, one of my biggest gripes with the film was you waited 30 damn years.
Wait for it.
Okay? You waited 30 damn years
Here
to
comes.
the Wasp, and then you just decide to save Janet for no reason while there's 3 days left of house arrest. You couldn't wait?
Callum
you couldn't
pointed
wait
this
3
out
days?
after the movie. Yeah, after the movie, she's like, why didn't they just wait 3 days? I'm like, great question. Why didn't they wait 3 days?
And I thought, oh, well, maybe because there was that whole thing, you have 2 hours, and then there's not going to be like another 100 million years until this algorithm meets up.
But then you brought up the point,
It was like once they found the location, they had 2 hours, but you just could find the location 3 days later, like just wait.
And it would have been the same because it was for 30 years. Like, you're right. So I didn't get that. And my big pet peeve, I didn't pick that up until after the movie, but my big pet peeve was, oh my God, like as a writer, that's my day job, Scoobs. There was one thing in this movie in particular they kept doing over and over again, and it was they must have done it at least like 7-8 times, where one character, we're trying to figure out a situation, it's like, we need to find the lab, we need to lay low, we need someone to help us out on this grift, and one of the characters would always be like, I think I know a guy.
Like slow turn to the
camera.
camera.
Exactly. Or I think I know a place we can go, or I think I know how we can find it, and then like smash cut to the thing. I'm like, it wasn't once or twice. They did it over and over, and that's a lazy trick.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, so I feel like you're always a little bit more critical for like the technical stuff. And even on this one, like I definitely had my issues, but if we're just looking at it as like a fun summer movie,
Sure.
I still loved it. Like I was laughing my ass off during the truth serum scene. So it's truth serum. No, it's just a serum that helps you be honest. I don't remember though. What was the exact line?
No, it just makes you more compliable.
Yeah.
And makes you basically easier to deal with. And it's like, basically it's truth serum. Louise, so it's truth serum.
At the end, when he gets it himself, he's like, this is truth serum.
Yes, I did love that. My favorite, there were a lot of moments that I smiled or chuckled at. I would say I probably only laughed twice in the movie. That was the one scene I laughed. But my hardest laugh in the movie, which has nothing to do with the superhero-ness of it all, you could have put this scene in any other standard Seth Rogen or Will Ferrell movie. It still would have been funny. But at the end where he's like, are you inviting me to dinner? It's like, why would I invite you to dinner? Why would you invite me to dinner? And then as he's leaving, he's like, do you want to go to dinner? He's like, nah, I don't want to go. So that genuinely made me laugh. That was a good back and forth. I will say, actor-wise, I had issues with the plot, but performance-wise, love Paul Rudd.
Oh, of
He should be
course.
Scott Lang Ant-Man. And I love the relationship with him and his daughter. It's adorable. Like, I love this scene where it was in the trailer, which like, need someone watching your back. But what really got me sort of melted hearted was when she was like, I thought maybe I could be your partner. And he starts to laugh, and she's like, well, don't laugh. I was like, oh,
yeah. I do want to talk about the daughter, Abby Ryder Fortson, because I think that she was just such a great child actor. After all, you're the world's best grandma. This little kid is sarcastic and she has sass. I thought it was so funny because it was just very unexpected. Like I thought it was gonna be like a corny, you're the best dad.
But you can tell, like, she played it as if like I am Scott's daughter.
Yeah,
because
like,
she had the
she's
same
smart.
sarcasm and quick.
She's a little smart ass.
A little smart ass, just like her dad.
And then also, I got to give it out to Hannah John Kamen. She played Ghost.
Yes.
I love that we had a female villain. You always got to get those. And she was biracial.
Yeah.
So, obviously, a special love for her.
Like I said a few weeks ago, when it comes to biracial actors, we're talking The Rock, Barack, and Kelly herself. Claimed! We're claiming them! Now, I will say a problem I had with Ghost. We were doing so good, Marvel, with villains this past year. Even going back to last year, we had Michael Keaton as the Vulture, banger villain. Then we had Killmonger. Then we had Thanos, maybe the best villain in any comic book movie.
Hela,
of course. Hela, Ragnarok.
Female.
Absolutely, another female villain. They're finally starting to come up on that Marvel. But with Ghost, I did feel as though I got her motivations. What I felt lacking was her threat level. As far as like, why are you doing this bad thing that you're doing? I get it, you don't want to die. But I never felt as though she was that much of a danger to the rest of the team, which someone who can walk through walls, manipulate spectrums, and literally turn invisible. I feel like with Ghost, they could have gone more of like a horror movie villain route with her, where it's like it could have been like pick any Paranormal Activity, Mama, the Nun type Blumhouse movie. I wanted her to like pop out of nowhere. I didn't really get that.
Well, I'm going to counter you on that because I think the whole thing is she wasn't supposed to be so much as a threat. She was supposed to be like a scared little girl, and you know, she was trying to just survive. So I think it wasn't like, even whenever she was about to like go kill the daughter, it was like that was not something that was in her character. Like she didn't want to. They turned her into an assassin.
And it's like her dad was scolding her when Lawrence Fishburne was like, "If you do this, I'm going out."
Right, and she didn't want to be an assassin. That's what they turned her into. So she was scared every time. Like Lawrence Fishburne's character was like, "No, you can't do this." Like it was fear in her eyes. Like I'm gonna die.
Oh,
so,
yeah, I didn't think of it. Great point. You might have flipped me live on camera. And even at the end, I really did feel that emotion when she's like, "I've hurt people. You were right. You got to go." And Lawrence Fishburne's like, "I will not leave you." Okay,
so now I got to go to the end credits scene.
Oof.
The post-credits, honestly, no matter if you loved or hated this film, like the post-credit scene was so much gratification.
Woo! Sorry, I'm going Ric Flair on you, Scoobs. Woo!
I'd also like to say, we were right.
We were right. We called this during our Infinity War review where we said, oh, when Ant-Man comes out, by the end, everyone but Scott is probably going to turn to Ash.
Yeah. So it was as soon as that scene, also spoilers by now, you should know, so you can't get mad at us. During that scene, that post-credit scene, as soon as I saw them all on screen and he was going into the quantum realm, I was like hitting my friend. I'm like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And then all of a sudden,
which, like, the theater we were in, collectively was like, oh! Because I feel like everyone knew that was coming, but, like, seeing it for the first time, you're like, God damn. Yeah. And I was kind of bummed out that we waited for the second post-credit scene, because that one was really nothing but an ant playing drums.
That was kind of pointless. The only thing was like, "will return?" ?
Well, yeah, that was cool. Like Ant-Man and the Wasp will return, maybe. So we have a 4-piece rating system here. You know, Scoops, we do everything in force.
Scooby Force, son.
That's right. It's how we get down. So we go by either watch it in theaters, wait to rent it,
see it on cable, and or don't see it ever.
Don't see it ever. Where are you landing on this one?
Okay, so I'm gonna go with see it in theaters. Okay. Obviously, it's a Marvel film. I loved it. I was laughing a lot. If you just like kind of put all the technical bullshit aside, it's still a really fun summer movie to see. And also, who doesn't want to see a giant Pez blown up on the screen?
I'm gonna sign off on also see it in theaters.
Oh, okay.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I compared this when I got out to fast food. It's like Taco Bell. It's like it's not gonna be the meal that changes your life.
It's delicious.
It's delicious. It goes down easy. You might pay for it later.
Who doesn't love a cheesy gordita crunch?
But at the time, you're like, okay, all right. That filled me up as I got done from the bar, drinking nothing but beer all night long.
And if anything, if you're disappointed with it, once you get to the post-credit scene, you'll be like, that was all worth it.
All right, Scoobs. I think that's going to do it. Thanks for checking out our Ant-Man and the Wasp review. As always, make sure to like, subscribe. Hey! Hit that bell for alerts of new episodes.
Do it. And also, we're so close to 2,000 subscribers. We are trying to hit it by the end of July because that will be our 1 year. So please help get us there. We would be so happy and excited.
1 month, guys.
Yes.
We got 1 month.
You guys have been so awesome and subscribing and sharing with your friends. So let's keep that Scooby love going.
Let's do that. All right, gang. Until next time, I've been Dre.
And I'm Alex.
Stay groovy, Scoobies.